Good evening, everyone. Welcome to God's Way YTVY, the spiritual viewpoint. I couldn't even get it out. Anyway, I'm your host, Thomas Knights Templar, and this is my co-host for this evening, Josephine Perone. Okay, tell them a little bit about yourself.
Everyone.
They know. Tell them.
Tell them a little bit about myself.
Just a little bit.
Well, I'm a spiritual healer, teacher, grid line keeper. We do many things. We have a lot of functions.
Yes, we do.
Chief cook and bottle washer.
Right, matriarch, domestic goddess.
Now, that's
name
me
it.
doing that.
Domestic God?
What? Yeah, I do that domestic stuff.
geez,
I got
wow.
3
Yeah, you
grandchildren
do.
living with me. Anyway, let's stay on topic. All right, this is Christine Schiavone. Christine Schiavone is a producer and a show host here at Staten Island CTV. Christine, tell them a little bit about yourself.
All right, I host and produce the show Spiritual Exploration, which you will see on Friday night right after this show. We're here, God's Way is on at 9 p.m. I'm on at 10 p.m. FiOS Channel 35, Spectrum Channel 79.
And this was all unsolicited.
That's right.
That's true. Okay.
I'm also a Reiki master healer, and I'm also a magnified healer as soon as I find the CD.
As soon as I find the CD, okay. All right, and to my left is another producer here at Staten Island CTV, and his name is Hector Bosa. Hector, tell them a little bit about yourself and your show.
Well, my name is Hector Bosa. I'm in actually 3 or 4 shows. I'm in a sports show, In the Bleachers, wrestling show, Independent Wrestling Highlights, and my show, which is the main show, which anybody can come on. That is the Home Invaders Variety Show, which is on Sundays, 11 o'clock, Channel 34. And Monday's show is, I think, 7 o'clock. And my show is a variety show where anybody can come on and talk.
Talk about anything.
Yeah, talk about anything. And do I have a gift?
Of course
we
you
all
do.
do in some shape or form.
That's right.
Well, we're going to discuss this, and you'll know about Hector's gifts, because Hector has received gifts of healing from myself, Christine, and Aldefina over the few years here. And he's still here to talk about it. And once you receive a healing, you usually receive, not say receive clairvoyancy, but you start your path to ascension. All right, because
Right,
you've
it's an
gone through
awakening.
healing.
You basically, one of the other gifts is that you're an awakener.
Mm-hmm.
You awaken people to their true self. They choose their pathway, but you do the awakening by clearing all their,
Yes.
miasms, all their, energy blocks, and all, do the healings the proper way. Then they're awakened,
Yes.
and they have more clarity and are able to be more in tune and
More
the
intuitive,
goddess
and
is
then
within
things,
them.
then things start to happen. Synchronicities. There's no coincidence. You want to say it for me? Coincidences. I didn't even have anything to drink. And I came to talk. Anyway, there are no coincidences. They are all synchronicities. All right, and that means that whatever occurs is meant to happen for you because that is what you've drawn. They'll tell you, they'll validate you by giving you a synchronicity. All right, to validate your whatever you do. All right. Now, Hector, why don't you tell them about the time when you got your first healing here, what you were dealing with, and what, brought this about?
Well, that was a tough one. I haven't even, this will be the first time I've actually talked about it. I haven't even talked about this. I had cancer, had Hodgkin's lymphoma, and I've had a lot of healings and religious healings and so on. And I went to these great people over here. They decided to give me healing. Now, I remember the first time you did it, I was black. You said
He
you
was-
saw my aura that was
I
black.
tell you, he came in here.
You looked terrible that night, too.
He came in
I
here.
looked terrible.
He came in here absolutely gray, with like one foot in the grave and the other on a banana peel.
Yeah.
And I said, Hector, get in the green room.
When we started working on him, it was Christine, myself, and Aldefina. After about 10 minutes, he had normal coloring.
Yeah.
After a week after that, he gained about 10 pounds. Okay, and he was good for quite some time.
Is this
And
during treatment
what?
for his?
Yes, it
During
was
his
during the
treatment when
time
you
that
get
he
his
was sick.
Afterwards.
It was
Is it
after
afterwards?
treatment. He was done with
Definitely,
his.
yeah, okay, you were done.
It was,
perfect
you were
timing.
just done though, right? You had just
my,
been done.
Chemo was done, and
And-
then after that,
And it was all taking its toll on you.
Yes.
yeah, I was at 124 pounds, still doing the show,
Yes, yes.
and I don't
Oh,
know how
you're
I
a real
kept it.
trooper.
Yeah.
We're
And-
glad you're still here.
Yeah,
That's right, we are.
and so am I. But and it's funny because your hands got so hot and red, and Christine was there. Yes, your hands too, and Aldefina's as well. But she did it from afar.
Yeah,
away.
Eldefina was basically.
Yeah, she was
doing-
down the
she
other
was
end of
doing-
the
she was
table.
doing- She was cleaning your aura. She was
That's
doing a lot of
right.
stuff.
That's right. She was doing
So
other
how
things.
many things were going on at the time?
Well, she was giving you Reiki.
I was doing
She
Reiki.
was giving you Reiki, and I was giving you the power of the Holy Spirit. It's all the same thing: the prana, chi, Reiki, Holy Spirit. It's all source power from God. It's universal power.
That's right.
okay?
And pure.
We funnel
It'd be
it.
nice if some of them knew that it was a source from God and not a deflection from something else,
Well,
from
yes.
ego. Let's make it clear that
It
is a
was
source
from
God.
God.
Because you
Well,
know it's from God.
healing generally is from God.
I know if I get success, a lot of people.
That's not what I mean. It's
Yeah.
like some who are giving it don't know where it's coming
Yeah, it's
from.
coming from.
I see what you mean. Yeah,
Right.
sure.
I never.
Well, when you are, like I went to Reiki classes and I went to classes for magnified healing. And when you learn how to be a healer, you are taught that the energy is coming from God.
Right, you're the conduit.
And
But
that's
you're-
right.
you're a
We
facilitator.
don't heal, God heals through us.
We're the
Exactly.
vessels. We are the vessels. You
That's
all
right.
are
When-
the vessels. You have to recognize your God presence
In
in
2009, when Archangel Melchizedek appeared in front of me in physical form,
You know who it was?
yeah, he said, I'm Archangel
Oh, I
Melchizedek.
told you.
you. He was the only one who could say that
and
name.
then he walked right through me and he said, he's like, now you have the gift to heal with your hands, your thoughts and your
Yes.
hands. You can do it in different modalities. So I said, well, how am I supposed to, how do you want me to facilitate those healings? He's like, you call on the Christ within you. He's like, and you have the ability to do this. He's like, it's going to run through your bodies. It comes through your hands.
Yes.
He's like, it comes through your eyes too. It comes through your eyes and then through your hands. So we stare people right in the eye, and then, but I'm
can-
not touching them. We just go through all their auras, remove any energy blocks and whatever they may be, whether it be attachments, blockages from old past life issues, planetary thing. I mean, so many. It's a whole combination of things, and also, while you're talking with them, while you're doing this healing, you're taking away past life issues that they have that are bothering them in this life issue. You're just healing everything all at once.
That's right. And the healing energy goes where it's needed because it's very intelligent.
right.
It
from
knows
God.
where to go. That's right. It knows where to go.
As I was saying
Right.
before,
Yes, dear.
that when they do the healings, that I never, and people thank you for it. I said, don't thank me. I always tell them, thank God and the angel because they're the ones that do the healing. All right.
Right.
To me, I think that those who go say, I did this,
No.
there's a huge thing on their shoulder called ego.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Right. You're
You didn't do
intercessor.
jack.
Right.
God does it.
God does it through you.
Okay.
And
That's it. That's it.
yeah.
I do have a question.
Sure.
How did you find out that my aura was, let's say, black? How did the color
You
come out?
were gray. You
Oh,
look,
gray.
You look
Okay,
like a
gray.
dead flounder. Oh, you were gray when you walked in there.
Wow.
And,
Now,
and the
yes.
first thing that Aldefina says is, Tom, he goes, he's down to 3%. If we don't get him in here now, he's going to die.
Because I don't remember, there's certain things I don't remember, so that's why I'm asking. How did you know that it was gray? Was it my
You
face
gotta
or
see
the
yourself.
aura? Oh, I thought it was the aura that.
You made, what's his name, Dorian Gray look like he was tan.
Oh,
You was so gray, I couldn't believe it. It was unbelievable. And in the matter, I'm telling you, in the matter of 10 minutes, I had this experience just the other night. I was working on a friend of mine, and she was going through a lot of this stuff. Her mindset's the wrong way, and kept on blaming herself for everything. And that causes all such a health issues because it manifests when you keep on claiming this baloney. All right, so if you claim it, you're going to own it, you're going to have it, and you're going to die from it maybe, okay? So I was working on her, and she was pasty white. I'm telling you, she made milk look like it was dark. And I started working on her and teaching her stuff and making her say things and doing things with her and sending her energy. My hands were going, all right? And about 10 minutes into it, her color came back into her face. She had rosiness in her cheeks. You know, she looked like one of us, a regular person who's healthy, all right? And I'm going to continue with her and continue doing this and energizing her with love, infusing love and teaching her how to forgive and let go of these things. And it's a big part of it is to learn how to, you have to learn to love, and you have to love yourself before you can love anyone else, all right? There's a lot of people who are unhappy with whom they are or who they think they are, but it starts with you. How could you send love to anybody if you don't have the capability to love yourself?
That's right.
I have that issue all the time.
You run into it all the time.
All the time. Usually it's the other person sitting at the other side of the table who's the one who's hurt.
That's exactly that. They come in there
They
totally,
can't sit, right.
totally wounded, and you build them up. You know,
Yeah, it's called strengthening their resolve.
their resolve, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And raising their vibrational frequencies and, you know, in a way that they can know that when they say certain things positively and they raise their vibrations, they feel it
Yeah,
automatically.
you feel it automatically.
Yeah.
By doing that, you not only you raise them up, you raise up their spirit.
Sure.
Yeah,
We also
yeah.
removed the 20,000 attachments they had to them, sure.
Just 20,000? It was a little one, you know?
I don't get any easy ones.
You said that once a person receives the gift
Yeah.
or the healing, you said that they have a way of healing other people
Yes.
as well. Now,
A lot,
how does that?
a lot of times what happens is when you receive a healing, okay, you project that healing to others who are around you. Sometimes we're around people and they get healed just because we're there.
That's
Just
true.
because they need it. I was at a client's
Well,
house of mine,
yeah.
and I was sitting, with, having coffee, like we always do when I go there, and we're having a little spouilladou. They were good too. Anyway, we were having that, and I'm looking at him, and all of a sudden he's facing me, so it's this eye, droops down like this. He gets this distorted look and a swellingness on the side of his nose. But I knew there was some reason why I was there that particular day, because my hands started going on fire by themselves, and I was aiming them towards him, all right? And there was something, I'm doing it now, I'm feeling it already. It's going towards the audience, so be thankful. Anyway, I was doing that, and I showed his wife, and his wife starts crying because she sees his face, it's all distorted and everything else like that. It was like an attack of Bell's palsy.
So did
Okay.
it all
And in a
straighten
matter
out?
of seconds,
It went back.
it went back to normal. And
Wow.
she witnessed it.
Wow.
Okay, she witnessed it, and she was thanking me. I said, "Don't do that. Thank God that you're okay.
That's right. Thank God
You
for
don't have
the,
that."
for the
Right.
fact that you
It
were there.
resonates
He
in
put
your-
you there.
Right. Resonates in your biomagnetic field, and whom you need to help will be put in front of you.
Be put in front
And
of you,
who you don't
absolutely.
need, who you don't need to help will maybe somebody else needs to help.
Yeah.
They will move on to the next person, to the person that's supposed to help them.
It's so funny because when I go into places and I go to see people, clients and stuff like that for another business, I go and see them, and I know I'm not there
Just
what
for
I-
that.
what I was called for.
Right.
That's
you
always
know,
the case.
and that's
right?
always the case.
That's called being non-resistant to what you're supposed to do.
Well, sometimes you don't have to lay hands. Just intention is everything.
It's the attention.
Intention
is
That's what
everything,
we do
and-
that.
If you intend for somebody to be healed, you don't have to do blessed things. Just intend that they should be healed.
Well, the latest thing by intention, and actually by it was energetic projection. I came out of my body, and I was making the rounds that night. I was in Florida, I was in New Jersey, I was in Long Island, 2 places in Long
All
Island.
on the same day?
All on the same night.
Oh, boy.
I had sneakers on. I was very fast. You're very light when you're a spirit. Anyway, the woman is a friend of my friend in Long Island, and her sister, this woman's sister, never sick a day in her life, just retired. They found a mass in her rectum. They removed it. It was stage 4 cancer.
Oh, boy.
And she had 13 lymph nodes or 14 lymph nodes with stage 3.
Wow.
So I was going to it a couple of nights doing energetic work. I was like embracing her and transferring energy. And she went for a PET scan the following week, and she was cancer-free.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, that happens.
That's
that
it
happens
happens.
quite
It
Just
does
like that.
happen.
Right, somebody will come to me and say, I was just diagnosed with MS and I'm going to put on this medication. I'll do a healing on them and I'll scan them to see if I was like, you don't have MS, go get a second opinion.
Yeah.
And then they'll call me like a week later, you're right, I don't
You're
have
right,
MS.
I didn't have it.
I was like, you were about to go into this whole psychological
And you would have drew it to yourself. You
Right.
would have
Yeah,
started it.
yeah.
Right, it would have been like, oh
Yes.
my God, I'm sick. How's my family going to deal with this? How's that going to happen? I was like, you don't have it. I said, clear those thoughts. You're healed. You're fine. Go on with your life. There's also the case where just recent, maybe about a year ago.
You had someone that you were taking care of that was in a coma once.
Right. There was this young man who overdosed. He was about 20 years old. He was a friend of my daughter's, and she asked me, she's like, Mom, can you do something? Can you please do something? I said, sure. I said, call the mother and ask her if I can come to the hospital and see him. Tell her, I'm going to do a healing. Now, they're very Irish and very Catholic, but they were like, bring it on,
It's St. Patty's Day. You see the green cups?
Yeah.
Yes, I noticed that.
And so
Oh, what a pity.
I went to the hospital, and I was picking up everything. Everything that happened in the family that caused him to behave the way that he did, to do what he had done, even to the dog saving his life.
The dog?
The dog, actually, the dog found him unconscious, was licking him, and then ran to the grandmother's room and woke her up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Animals do that. They
Yeah.
are smart and they know
Oh,
what's going
absolutely.
on, and they try to help too. They know.
Yes, Lassie
Right.
did find a boy.
And then I cleared his room of all the entities who were at where we were. So
Yeah.
And then I spoke to him, his soul. He was like, I don't know if I want to come back. I said, listen, you go to God in 3 weeks, come back. I said, your mother, if that's what you choose to do. I said, you let me know if you want to choose to come back, because your road now he has brain damage. And he's going to have to learn all his motor skills all over and all these things.
This is now.
Right. So his mother goes, I need to know if you're really talking to him. I said, okay. I said, he's telling me his favorite pizza is buffalo chicken pizza, and he wants them right now. And she's like, oh my God. She's like, you were actually talking to him. I said, yes. I said, everybody stay calm. He's making his choice. He'll be back in 3 weeks. He'll be back in his body in 3 weeks. So 3 weeks later, I got the phone call that he had opened his eyes and decided that he wanted to stay and go through all the things that he needed to do in order to make himself better.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, he did lose his eyesight
Oh no.
through that. But he recovered all his other physical things. He's doing really well. He's doing great. He calls me like every 3 months, and he's like, come on, I need a healing, come over. So I go and do it. I go and visit him and, talk to him a little bit.
That's
and,
good.
you
Well,
know,
he
make
can't-
him
he
feel
can't
better.
see it
Yeah.
all.
Well, a lot of times when
It's getting a little bit better.
Yeah.
With some therapy.
Okay.
His sight?
Yeah.
His sight. He lost his sight.
All right.
But his brain is healing. He's got a little bit of traumatic brain injury.
Oh, boy.
But I told his mother, God said to me, the Christ said to me, there was going to be a miracle, that he was going to come back to his body, and he was going to be okay. Mm-hmm. He was also going to be an advocate. But I said, if he saved one kid from his group of friends from ODing, I said he did his job already.
That's right. That's
know.
right. Just save
Well,
one
he's going
life, yeah.
he's going to stand as the moniker of what can happen to you and the road back.
Right, and it also healed some of the family issues that they were having, because he was estranged from his father, and his father came back
Because
into
it
his life.
shows that.
And then I
petty
come to find
differences.
out, I'm picking up information from the house. The house was polluted
Oh, wow.
Was
with
that from
entities.
previous,
Yeah.
before they were there?
And they, I could feel it all over him when I was
So what's the cause,
doing healing.
root cause?
It was the cause root, because that negative behavior, they were basically attached to him.
Yeah.
So he was doing a lot of stupid, crazy things that he shouldn't have been doing.
No.
Wild things. Then my daughter, somebody showed me something on Instagram.
So he got
and I
himself
was
into
like,
that predicament.
Wow. He's like, that's Joe. But you know what? He had an awesome sense of humor, very funny. And the mother had said to me, I went to this spiritualist, and she told me he was going to get angry. I said, no. I said, we're doing this in one mind with God. I said, no matter, don't listen to anybody else's critiquing and whatever things they're going to pick up from the psychic realm. I said, we went straight to God. I said, he came back for you. He came back to deal with what he had to deal with.
That's right.
And, everything worked out fine. All the things I said would happen or, heal him for, he's doing. So now he's doing lectures at various different places at church.
What you did basically is not only did you deliver him back to his family, you delivered him onto the world to be a teacher. Okay, he is developing his mental skills, and his body will supplement the loss of his eyesight. Okay, so he'll have second sight. And all his senses will be tweaked. And he will, help others to be.
Right.
He's going to be an emissary. That's what he's going to be.
Absolutely. So he's one of the people, God's children, that I will help guide him along the route. See him every once in a while, let him, speak with him, take care of his, talk about his concerns, and continue to guide him.
You keep him on track.
Yeah.
He's not going to backslide into what caused him to get there anyway.
Oh no.
And
that I know for certain.
And his friends will.
Yeah, they're all scared.
Yeah, they're all scared. They all follow suit because once you almost lose your life.
Yeah, it was a very traumatic experience for, Plus, when I went to the hospital, the mother is a very friendly person. There was I would say about 20 women sitting in a waiting room, and there was messages from some of their spiritual loved ones that wanted to come through. So they did so many strange things to get me to see one of the two of the women, to talk to them, to give them messages from their spiritual loved ones, and things of that nature.
Well, everybody wants messages from their loved ones. I mean, I like
They wanna
hearing
give
from
them.
my parents and my friends and whatnot whenever there's a medium around that says, oh, who's so-and-so? They have a message for you. And I love that. I really do.
That's true. I don't know, other than session, I really don't like to do it too much because it makes people cry in public.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I wouldn't cry. It's been long enough for me to not cry.
Well, sometimes there's other things that need to be said,
When I'm over
with
by
the
your
channeling.
house, how many times you say, your mother's here. So I say, hi, Ma. She likes what you're doing.
Okay, good.
Right, we
which
spent a
is
lot
good.
of time.
Yes, it is.
Doing. I like it for the purpose of healing.
Sure.
Hector,
Yes.
I like to actually put people in contact with their angels,
Yes.
which is the healing part. I had a new client come, godchild.
Godchild?
Godchild, because they're all God's children.
They're not pledges or plebes or whatever else. They are Godchild.
And she came to me because she was having some issues with work and not being focused. Now these are women in their 30s, so they're right at that point where they're about to switch into the next gear of matriarch, but they don't exactly,
They'll put them up in our boat game.
Well, so, I did the healing. We discussed what she needed to do. I gave her a primary substance, a soul evolution, what she was intended to do with the skills that she had in social media. And then, she was a little iffy, and I gave her healing. She felt great. And then, 3 weeks later, I got a phone call. She's like, an angel came to me in my sleep and told me they're going to put me back on my path, and I know exactly what to do. It's in my heart. And I said, very good. She's like, there's no denying that visitation. She's like, I could never deny it. It was so euphoric, the warmth. And I said, good for you. I said, you are now awakened.
Well, the last time.
It's your path, though. You tell me what you want to say.
The last time when I told you that dream that I had, with Jesus at the head of the table and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. When I went, separated from the body and went through the tunnel and went to the light on the other side, I did see that again. And this time I saw Jesus, and I saw you, and I saw the lion's head. All
Right.
at the same table. And I was still a little boy at the end of a 30-foot table with all these gentlemen that were on the side, all in, I guess, togas, you want to call them
The
that.
Council of
Okay.
Elders.
And they all had this, what's his name? maybe it was Charlton Heston when he did 10 Commandments, and he had his hair all gray after he saw the face, saw the flame, and that's what they all look like, And I was the only one who was different. I was GQ. I made that up, but I was there as a little boy, and that validated to me.
Did you have like a near-death experience or something?
I did have a near-death experience once in Brooklyn. I told you, I choked on a sandwich, and it's. I don't really want to make this show on near-death, but when you have one of those experiences, something you don't forget. People always say they see Jesus, they see this one, they see that one, loved ones. They want you to come through the tunnel, come to the light, and all this other stuff. That didn't happen to me. It didn't say that it wouldn't have happened, because they didn't pass out long enough. Okay. But as I was passing out loose in conscience, the one thing I kept on saying is, please God, don't let me die like Mama Cass Elliot.
Oh, no.
Because I was choking on a sandwich.
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
that was going through my head.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. And next thing I know, I woke up, some big guy popped it out, and that was it. And that's a near-death experience, but I did not have a crossing of the veil, you might say.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That's
I was
because
still
you're
there.
already an enlightened being at that point. You
Don't
go
yell
back
at
and
me.
forth in your
Don't yell
macabre
at
a
me, I'm
million
sensitive. All right.
You
now,
have them all the time.
I wanted to talk to you about, since the time of the second healing that we did on you, have you had any experiences, like things in the house that you heard something, or you thought you heard a voice talking to you, any kind of thing like that?
Not really in that aspect. Generating heat.
Yeah.
Generating heat, feeling as if
You could feel
I have a shield or something of that nature.
You had the bubble of Holy Spirit when we were working on
So
your aura.
that's the only thing that I could see or feel, that it's around my body, and it's either pushing me or protecting.
Well,
One
yours
or, pushing away the evil and protecting whatever.
Well, that's a good thing, sure.
So, again, but that's just a feeling that I'm going, okay, what is it?
Be
'Cause I
surprised how
just-
your feelings are
invoking
correct.
A prayer burst of love or protection for yourself. Imagine how much powerful that would be if you did.
If you project that,
If you
like she's saying.
invoked it.
Because here's the thing, since I know nothing about this, I'm just going about my little merry way, because I don't know how you guys do it. Turn it off, and then, or if you try to turn it off, because I know that it's hard.
There's
for
no
people.
turning it off. We can put it on autopilot
Yeah.
for a few minutes, and that's about it.
And also for people that are trying to find the real people and they get scammed out there, how do you decide?
Well,
Well,
there's
yeah.
always been
There-
shysters, there's always been.
If you don't walk into Madame Zora's little tea party room,
For $5.
Let me tell you.
There's a big hand out there like
there
this.
is an archangel who is in charge of justice. I'm part of her order as well. When there is when there's somebody propagating an injustice, we will do everything in our power to actually shut it down. They will be stopped. Short. That's the only answer they give me for that. They're like, if you see it, it's an injustice, we'll shut it down. But there are also a lot of people on different levels of healing. Clairvoyancy. You can be on so many different levels, or you can go all the way to the highest level. But it really depends on what your mission was when you came in. We have a clairvoyance, which they call psychics. We have our seers. We have our messengers like Gandhi. You have your divine manifestors. You have your architects. You have the grid line keepers, and you have the gatekeepers, which is the highest echelons of beings that come here to do this work.
I'm a double gatekeeper. I bring them in, I send them out.
You come from different. You have pieces of you from different orders. The order of Sisterhood of the Roses, which is the Blessed Mother Mary, Kuan Yin, Shekinah.
Isis.
Archangel Isis. You have Lady Nana. You have Lady Portia.
Lady Portia.
They're all on these rays. There's like so much more that goes on. So. Some just will reach a certain level because that's what they were here to do. They can be the messengers, they can be seer, they can work. If they're key coded to actually rise higher, they will. If they're not, they're just going to be able to do that one thing. or 2 things that they can do. You know, so it really depends. So we're not here to criticize anyone.
Right.
We just want them to deliver information with integrity and use what's the word?
Use common sense too, and use
Spiritual altruism is.
yes. You know what it is.
You have to be at that point where you can use spiritual altruism to actually discern
That's right.
with integrity and dignity and knowledge, wisdom, and profound comprehension and the righteous judgment and remove your ego and your premises. And it is you have to develop all these skills.
All the things that constipate your life, that you do to yourself. All right, it's
That's
the
one way
truth.
to put it,
Anything that you block yourself from your ascension, you block yourself from your path. You live too long and too much in the secular world, and you don't progress, and you just follow the daily doctrines or whatever you do. And if you think one day in a beautiful white building with an ornate altar is going to change your life, it won't. All right, you got to be willing to be the God presence in you, and then you will change your life. You will follow your path.
And in the interim, there's nothing wrong with going
There's
to a
nothing
healer,
wrong with
somebody
with
to
something
help
like
you
that.
out. That's what we're here for. We're
Yeah.
here to help humanity. We're here on the behalf of humanity.
But the difference is,
Be
like,
half
if you
of
was
God
if you
and
were to
half of
come to see, just say one of us, okay, and if there's something we pick up on you, we would just heal it without even telling you, heal it
Right.
like that.
Most of the work is done in silence.
Okay, it is kind of not a good thing for a person who's clairvoyant to say, oh, you ought to watch your knees. You know why? Because you're going to empower that thought about your knees. You're going to have a problem with your knees. Okay? Instead of that, as the healer clairvoyant, you get rid of it. So that person
Exactly.
doesn't go through this. All right? If somebody tells you you're going to be sick in 30 days, guess what?
You're
You
gonna be
believe
sick
it, you
in
will
30
be.
days, yeah.
You know?
Well, that's what I mean. It's like they need a better, to be more educated
Diligent.
on how the protocol.
Yes.
But that's because they they didn't receive any training from the Holy Spirit. They
No,
just got this
not
gift
at
and they
all.
could go out there and use it like however they want.
Yes, you've heard me use it.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
those are the ones who are the most polluted with entities behind them.
Exactly.
Because they don't know how
Exactly.
to clear correctly.
Exactly. They come in with an entourage of
Yeah, and that's what we're constantly dealing
clearing.
with.
Can you tell if someone's coming with an entourage of negative energy?
Heck yeah.
Absolutely.
Would it be because of the way they are acting or what they're saying?
No, well,
There's a lot of reasons that it's a possibility. Their vibrational frequencies are lowered due to abusive things that have gone in their life, alcohol,
seduction,
drugs,
seduction,
right.
diversion.
All
It
kinds
can
of
also be
negative.
ancient things, ancient spirits that follow them through their soul cycle.
Yes.
In other words, like lifetime after
I
lifetime?
find that all of continue. I went to go to Europe and I had to clear like
Oh, I'm sure there's a
thousands
lot
and
of that
thousands
going
years
on
of
over there.
ancient.
Guess
Yes.
what, kid?
What?
You're going back to do
I
it
know
again.
they're sending me back.
She's going back to the Mediterranean this time
Yeah.
to clear the damage done by the Second Holy Roman Empire, Constantinople.
Constantinople.
All right, so she would be going in that region. She would
When
be
did the
clearing
second empire happen?
at the same time the first empire was there. The one was in Rome, one was in Constantinople.
Oh, I see.
Which
At
is
the
like
same
somewhere in
time, this was
Turkey.
all going on.
Yeah.
Like 2,000 years ago then.
It was the Rome of the region.
Right.
What it was, because their empire was around the Ottomans all the way around. Okay, and
Istanbul.
Would you,
now it's modern day Istanbul, I think it is now.
No,
Yeah.
it's Istanbul.
would you say divine intervention decides, let's say for me, to say, okay, pushes me to see you or you?
Oh,
Or
absolutely.
even people that are going out in the street, they go, okay, I want to see the $5 lady or
$5.
you know, is it one of those where divine intervention goes
Well,
in there?
you know what?
Does
It
push
really, it's like if I'm asked to go to a party and I'm like, oh, I want to go to that party, you know, and I hear the angel say you have to go to the party. Get dressed, go to the party. And we're like, okay, because I'm non-resistant, because I know better. And I don't even ask what the mission is anymore. The person, you just make a beeline right for the person who needs
You
you.
walk in, you know.
Yeah.
Right, you're like, okay.
But for
Walk
you, yeah.
over, we start a conversation, then they ask you what you do, who you are. You very gently put things in you know, in a
Perspective.
perspective for them. And they're like, well, I got to tell you something. Something doesn't want me to be happy, or blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, no worries. Come and see me, and I'll take care of it. You know, we'll have a conversation. They just set you on the missions. I'm very non-resistant to it. If they don't want me to do something, they will stop me in my tracks because, you know, there's a lot of pitfalls of the healer. We want to help everyone, but
That's right.
sometimes there's reasons why they stop us from doing certain things because it's that person's a lot of
You
time.
remember the thing in Brooklyn? You made me stop
Yeah,
because it was a lost cause.
yeah.
It was a lost cause.
How was something a lost cause as far as
she
healing?
didn't? She wouldn't.
She was draining his energy.
She was given the tools.
Yeah.
She was given the tools, and she was given the directive to what to do. Okay, and I left her with that, and it was like, oh, nobody can help me. Nobody can help me. I pray to God. Nobody can help me. Guess what? God's not going to hear your prayer because you're praying to Him because nobody can help you. So guess what? God's going to say, okay, nobody can help you.
That's right. That's the way it goes.
Okay, stop claiming the things that you don't want in your life.
Right.
You know, if I didn't have bad luck, I have no luck. If I, you know, I don't have any friends. I'm so ugly. You are not ugly. You're made in God's image. When you claim that who you are, you're a child of God. Anything you say derogatory to that is a direct offense to God. Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Thank you, mine host.
No, I love the way he gets so intense when he starts doing that. It's funny.
That's pretty good.
It's not
Listen.
funny. It's endearing. It's so passionate. What a passionate man you are.
But that must
Tell
drain,
that to, never mind.
drain a lot from you. When you do a healing, that must drain a lot from all of you. Does that?
No.
No, yeah, you want to?
A healer who is focused, centered, and grounded and knows where the healing is coming from, the more healings you do, the more high. It's like being high.
You make a higher frequency.
Your high frequency goes
vibration.
high, and you feel good. You could do 10 people. You know, people are like, "Are you tired?" I'm like, "No."
When you
It's
lift
like-
the spirits on these people, they tell me the next day that they can't sleep because it's so like having 12 cups of coffee. And there's no bathroom, by the way. Anyway.
Well, when you do a healing, you are also bringing the energy into yourself and healing yourself.
Well, you receive a healing every time you do a healing.
That's right. Every time you give a healing, you're receiving as well.
Speaking of a healing,
Yes.
before this time slips by,
Yes.
you want to demonstrate some Reiki for them?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
Hector,
take
take
the-
off your
Yes.
microphone. There is a boom mic over there.
Yes.
Okay. And while they go and set up, we'll put on some music for you. No, never mind. It's all right.
Oh.
Fine job you're doing it with us. Fine job.
Well, let's clean the room. We're good.
You ever think of drying your hair really blonde?
Should we
You sit
take that
around
down
and you
a
wouldn't
little?
even know.
I did that already.
That's all right?
I like
Yeah,
this
it's all
color.
right.
I told you that you have to do that.
All right, now I'm bringing on the energy by asking for it. When you are a Reiki master healer or a Reiki healer at all, you ask for the energy and you ask for protection while you're using it. And you have certain positions of your hands, which is okay. Now, I'm going to put symbols, secret Reiki symbols, which I think you can get online if you want to, too. And they're not so secret, but they're supposed to be. Into his crown. Okay, now I put this Reiki symbols into his crown, and I'm going to give him what we call an upper body chair session. Now, there are several different kinds of sessions. There's the upper body, then there's the entire body in the chair, and then there's the entire body on the table. This is the upper body that we're doing now. And we hit certain spots, and the Reiki energy is very, very intelligent energy. It will go where it's needed. It will cover the spiritual, emotional, physical, and mental things that are wrong with people, and that's where they will concentrate. The Reiki energy will concentrate. Now I'm going for his throat chakra, actually, because Reiki will heal the chakras. I don't know if everybody, a lot of people don't know what chakras are. They are energy centers in our body. They start at the base, and they come up to the crown. And there are chakras that go way beyond that, but mainly the 7 that are in our bodies is what the Reiki will work on. Now I'm going for his heart, putting Reiki energy into his heart. Now I'm going to cradle the heart by putting my right hand over his heart and my left hand behind it. Now, I put my hand on his shoulders. The shoulders are for tension. That's where you hold the tension that you are, and the stress that you experience in your life. You have a lot of tension, and the Reiki will take care of that too. Now, I'm going to run energy from his heart to his solar plex, and that will run energy to his whole torso. Then, take your hand, like this, and I run energy to your elbow and then up to your shoulder in a second. Now I'll take your right hand and put it on your solar plex and keep it there. Notice that I don't let my hands leave him at all. You have to keep your hands on the person that you're healing so that they don't feel a sense of being abandoned even for a second. Now your left hand will go over your heart, and you keep it there. Now if you will just lean forward a little bit, now fall back into my hands. That's it. Now I have my hands on his lower back. Now the Reiki energy, even though I'm not doing a full body Reiki session, the energy will go anywhere it's needed. It'll go everywhere it's needed. Now, while you're administering Reiki, you are opening the chakras of the person who's receiving it. So, what you have to do is close the chakras. You close them by circling around a full circle, and then the whole body full circle in the front, and then again in the back. and the session is over. How do you feel?
Warm.
Warm?
Warm.
Okay, good. That's a good feeling. You know why? Because the warmth is healing you.
Wow.
So, all right, well, and you have water over there, right?
Yes.
Okay, because drink plenty of water now. After you have received a Reiki healing, the Reiki breaks up what's going on in you, and the water, plenty of water now, will flush it out. And there you go.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Marvelous.
While we wait for them to get remiked.
Yes, here we go.
Very good, Chris. I kind of felt bad that I wasn't up there with you.
I'll give you some sometime. Just ask me.
I always call you. My back is killing me. This.
Oh, well, I send it to you, but I've never given it to you the way I just gave it to Hector.
That's what I was just telling him too. I was like, I've never actually put my hands over you. I said, we send
You should. It's funny because we speak to each other every day and, bounce stuff off, I was feeling this. What do you see? I was feeling that. What do you see? And it goes back and back and back and back. And then we're better.
The
And
most
then-
important thing is that as part of a team,
Yes.
we are, we actually have each other's back because there's a lot of stuff that needs to be discerned
Oh, yeah.
continuously.
Did you see anything or did you feel anything from over there?
I could feel the energy when it
I
goes.
could, yeah, it
you
was
could feel the
coming
energy,
in powerfully.
And it was funny because, I'm wearing a short sleeve shirt. You guys are kind of covered up. And I felt warm.
Right.
I was here, but then again, I was projecting.
Hector, you look very relaxed.
You do.
Yeah.
You could probably sleep like a
He's
baby.
a little bit different than he was a few minutes ago, right?
You know?
It does work.
You know for a fact if
Well, we got 10 minutes?
you can give a testimonial, definitely.
Yeah.
You got 10 minutes? Anybody out there in the audience want to come up and get a quick Reiki session? Come up. Chris,
Okay.
do that stuff that you do so well.
You don't have to, but you can.
Reiki is available in most spas on this island. There are plenty of Reiki practitioners. Christine knows to do it. And
A lot of nurses take Reiki.
A lot of nurses
and give
take
it to
Reiki,
patients
too,
in
yeah.
the hospital.
Oh, absolutely. It's extremely
Yes, a lot of
important.
nurses do Reiki.
it's a good thing to have because if you're going to be into healing arts, whether it's medical or whether it's holistic, it's always good to be able to have that Reiki energy flowing through you as you're medicinally
Oh,
taking care of
absolutely.
people.
Like
We
even-
do it.
Right.
Do it. Josephine and I, Aldefina. We
Right,
do.
even-
We do it primarily by intention. You know what I mean? You're sick. You have this. You have that. I may come to you at nighttime while you're asleep, and
Oh, that's scary. I see a lot of things standing on my bed. If I saw you there, I'd be really afraid.
you'd probably be laughing. I said, "What the hell are you doing here?"
So one thing that I do see that's progressive is the fact that a lot of people are starting to recognize Reiki in other
Yes.
medicinal
Medicinal.
ways
Because they
of
know it
healing.
works.
Yeah, and also HMOs are starting to cover it finally.
Yes.
So
yes.
Really?
Some
Yes.
People
yes.
just don't.
So-
My daughter was a massage therapist,
Yes.
and she happens to be extremely gifted in the same gifts that I have. So when she's doing her massage therapy, she covers you in the blanket, and she follows the protocol that I taught her, and does the massage therapy the way she knows. She'll go right to the problems, and I mean, when people walk out of there, they're ready to. They don't even know what to do with themselves. They're so happy. She's like, issues that they've gone to the chiropractor for and various different other doctors. In 1 second, it's gone.
You see, we
They're
talk
like
about with the chiropractor. I have a friend.
I'm not. I like
No,
chiropractors.
but
I believe in what
I
they
do, I do. But I have a friend of mine, and he's a chiropractor, and his wife had a problem with her knees or whatever it was, and I just did a few minutes, and she says, "I got more relief for what you did in a little bit of time, than he just been. I'm out the next day, you know what I mean? So
Right, there's all different, the shiatsu stretching.
There's a lot of different things, but I would tell you this much: Reiki is a good thing to know and a good thing to learn.
Right, it's a Japanese.
But
healing
keep in mind,
method.
don't learn something because you think it empowers you over somebody else.
Right.
All right, that's the worst thing that you can do. If you think you're going to have some kind of special power that you're going to be able to circumvent somebody's free will,
Oh,
guess what?
that's-
You
No.
are not going to have a
You're not
power.
going to have that power.
It will not be given to you.
No, Reiki will only work if you're doing it for the highest good of everyone involved.
Purity of heart.
That's right.
Right, and
Only for
they
the highest good. If you tried to use Reiki for something evil, it just wouldn't work. It would dissipate into thin air, and that would be the end of it. It wouldn't work.
Yeah.
absolutely.
I've seen people
So if anybody
use
wants to do
stones.
Reiki, so because they think they're going to
Runes?
Runes,
yeah.
There's so many ancient techniques that are being brought forward into more
The
modern
Vikings or somebody used to use these sticks that they would throw, who would have runes and who would have
divining rods,
divination.
Water.
Yeah, not only for water, they find spirits with that.
It was something I was never. I like understanding and having the knowledge of how all of that operates because it helps in, creating and helping you understand and not, be, oh no, that's not the right thing to do, and that's it. We want to know where the source is, where it's coming from, period. And if it's done out of love and healing, and you're doing it with integrity,
That's right.
that's it. I don't care what modality it is, as long as it's done with the intent. With
All
that
right, we got
intent.
5 minutes. Chris, moving along, we got 5 minutes.
I just didn't
The
understand.
thing also I would tell you is that if you're going to learn Reiki, before you do that, you should learn how to clear yourself of negative energies because even you come in contact with negative energies. And if you're taking the first step into the healing arts, well, you need to have a good basis and you need to be able to clear that before you transfer that onto the people
Right,
inadvertently.
that's a big problem.
And that is a very big problem
That's
today.
a huge problem.
Okay, how do you feel? Thank you.
Excuse me, I got to choke them to death here.
So when you
Really?
try to
That's okay.
find
Was
a
that-
teacher
that's
to
okay.
teach
Yeah,
you,
sure. It's
what
the
should you
Reiki
look
book.
for?
Her.
No, he doesn't.
Besides-
Well,
But beside, I'm saying
if you
in
want to learn
general.
Reiki or something like that.
Oh, if you wanted to learn Reiki or-
what should you look for to say, okay, this is the best person for me?
There's too many clinical teachers of Reiki that don't teach clearing.
The most important is somebody who's humble,
Yes.
somebody who's not calling, doesn't take the master stereotype and think, they're here to teach you what to do, but you need to tell them what you see.
Yeah.
There's certain pathways that are too over commandeering that you have to pick up on the clues to see if they're teaching you the best method. It really is trust your intuition.
Rich, what's the time we got?
3
3 minutes? 3 with 4 fingers. That's good. Okay.
And when you do a healing, you cannot yourself be in like a bad mood or anything.
That's what I'm
or
saying, you transfer that.
sad. You can't be upset. You have to do it while you're in a decent mood and you're feeling okay.
Right. That's when you
You'll
That's when it works the
know the
best.
difference when energy
take
transfers
your own
if
ego out of the way and
Right.
remove it and just be able to
if you're in a room with a
feel
Debbie
love.
Downer who keeps this, that, the other. Don't take on anybody else's crap. Don't draw it.
Oh, there are times, and
Yeah.
I have had somebody talking.
I had to get up and walk away from them.
I do. Like I was in one of my classes at the Y one day, and it was a good dance class. I like this class. The woman, the teacher plays a lot of oldies. I love dancing to the oldies, and I'm having a great time. And there's a woman sitting on the side, not doing anything, saying to me, "Aren't you bored? This is boring." I said, "I'm having a great time. Shut up."
You told her.
I told her. I says, "I don't need that stuff."
Anyway.
I says, "I'm having a good time. I'm in a positive mood. Go away."
Okay, we have limited time, so before we run out of time, let me thank our crew, our men in the booth, our guys behind the cameras that make us look so good. Okay, thank you, and our studio guest. Take a bow.
Thank you.
Okay. And to our guest, Christine Schiavone, Reiki Master Extraordinaire. All right. Hector Bosa, receiver of Reiki Master. Okay. and a healthy individual now.
Hector always volunteers.
Yes, yes.
I say no.
And to my dear friend Josephine,
Thank you for having me.
I'm
Ladies.
very happy to fill in for Aldefina tonight, who is at home with her husband convalescing. And of course myself,
Much
Thomas
love,
Knights
Aldefina.
Templar. Okay. And our sponsors, Antonio's Pork Store in Tauntonville for the food, and Aardvark Pest Control for paying for their food. Anyway, I'm just kidding. All right. So, we bid you a good night. What? We got 1 minute.
That's right. We got 1 minute.
Wow, time just stretches here. You think there's a difference in the timeline when you come in here? We got 1 minute goes to 4. We got
I think
3
so.
fingers that
There's
meant
There's a
4.
little bit of a shift back
Yeah,
and
there's
forth
a
with
shift going on right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So we just say good night to everyone, and hope you have a nice weekend. Okay.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
That's
Yes,
right.
happy
Happy
St.
St. Patrick's
Patty's
Day.
Day.
Dust the green cups. Okay. You
May
got
the
any
sun
time left,
always
Rich?
The sun always be the warmth on your face. The sun. What is
Oh,
it?
we are done.
Forget. It's
The
a
wind at your back
Irish,
and the road rise up to meet
Okay.
you.
Irish
Music
prayer.
maestro.
Italian, but I'll try.